and welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your co-host, Reynoso, here with my co-host,
Soltero. What's up, guys?
Folks, Spain are Euros champions. Spain has lifted the Euros trophy. W's in the chat if you were rooting for Spain or if you just want to congratulate Spain on a monumental day. The English have fallen. The English have fallen. Spain are champions of the Euros. And on this day of trophies, on this day of celebration, the Give and Go got themselves their very own trophy as well. I need W's in the chat. I need W's in the chat, folks. Look what you guys have done. Look what you guys have done. W's in the chat. Spain are winners of the Euros, and the Give and Go 100K plaque arrives on the same day. W's in the chat. Soltero, your initial reaction to the plaque and to Spain winning the Euros.
No, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Let's keep this thing going. But for Spain, bro, I want to get into the football, man. Holy shit. What a performance. And this just makes sense. I mean, since the group stage ended, everyone knew Spain's playing the best football at this tournament. Then they went on to beat the hosts of this tournament, Germany, who are looking like title contenders themselves. And they put them to bed without going into penalties. And then they show up here today against England, take the lead. There's a goal that comes back against them, but they keep going at England. And they get a brilliant goal through Oyarzabal. Spain, 7 wins out of 7. The first team in Euro history to win every single game outright without having to go to penalties, and they just bagged their 4th Euro title. 4, bro.
Most in history? Is that what I heard?
It's either most or joint most.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. And what, 14, 15 goals in this tournament overall?
Oh, my God.
That's insane. An average of 2 goals per game. The way that they played, though. The way that they played, the moment that game finished, I said they could win the World Cup. Spain has officially cemented themselves as World Cup 2026 contenders, in my opinion, with the way that they went out, the way that these players are playing, and the age, the timeline that this team is on. Oh my God, dude, that front line is going to be so dangerous for the next 10 years with Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal at such a young age right now and already showcasing their talents on the biggest stage in the way that they did today, because that's where I want to start. Let's just go chronologically here. The first goal comes from Spain off of a beautiful Dani Carvajal little curved pass in. Yamal receives it, sees Nico on the other side, feeds him a perfect ball, and Nico Williams with the perfect, most deadly finish.
Nico Williams had such a good game today, y'all. It was a pleasure watching him perform today and throughout this entire tournament. He's so deadly. He's so tricky off the dribble. You never really know where he's going to go. And then if you give him a split second, he's incredibly dynamic and he will get past you in a flash, but he's also very good in front of goal. It was a nice slot finish. Nico Williams, one of the best ballers at this tournament, bro. But yes, a beautiful little assist from newly 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, who himself had just an incredible tournament. But you're right, bro. The wings that Spain are going to possess over the next decade is going to trouble every single national team in existence.
And then you look at the rest of the team, the midfield, the defense. Rodri coming out in that second half, I thought was monumental, but they still look so formidable. And I honestly thought they were in cruise control once they got that goal for like 10, 15 minutes. They looked like the favorites to just see the game out and control the match, but Southgate takes off Harry Kane around the 60th minute, brings on Ollie Watkins, and then he also makes a change and brings on Cole Palmer into this game. And somehow, some way, England finds their way back into this match with a Cole Palmer outside the box finish to tie the game 1-1. Gets slightly deflected, but still Cole Palmer showing up when it's needed most off of a Bellingham assist. England ties this game. What was y'all's reaction, chat? Let me know. And what was yours? Because I thought they were out of this game, bro. I really did.
Oh, the way the second half started was so poor from an English perspective, man. I agree. It looked like Spain were going to get 2, maybe even 3. Get this a party a la 2012 against Italy. But Southgate makes the change that had been coming. Kane was terrible this game. He's honestly, this is the worst I've seen Kane play over an entire tournament. He's just getting older, I think. You bring on Watkins, who's way more mobile, just as deadly in front of goal after having a really good season this year. And yeah, things start moving a little bit more. Palmer comes on as well, and what a finish from Palmer. Like, seriously, it brings England back into this game. Gives hope, not to just that team, but to an entire nation, thinking the trophy's gonna come back home with their back-to-back Euro final appearance. hands here. So what a massive goal this was from Cole Palmer. I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't fucking believe it.
I was just thinking about the fans because I've seen so many tweets. I've seen so many people in the media just be like, give Cole Palmer minutes, give Cole Palmer minutes. After the season that he had this year, Southgate has never really gotten him the start in this tournament. He gives him 30, 20 minutes to play in this match, and you see the impact right away, tying the game up, and England's starting to feel themselves after that. The confidence changed. The mood shifted a little bit there, and they had their opportunities, and it was kind of back and forth until around the 80th minute where Spain started to get on the ball a little bit more, and then kind of out of nowhere, you have a Cucurella pass that's dangerous coming into the box, and it's Oyarzabal who comes in, subbed on in for Morata at the end of it. After a offside revision, it's shown that he is onside barely by a centimeter, barely, but he's onside. Finishes it past Jordan Pickford, and Spain goes up 2-1, man.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy, but that's the thing. After that 80th minute, England just got loose, man. They needed to tighten up, try to send this to extras, but low-key, I don't think they would have lasted extra time. And I think they were okay with being loose, just going for it, because I think no matter what, Spain was always going to win today. They finished the last 10 minutes clearly the better side. And even before that goal, Lamine Yamal had a wide-open shot that popped up to him on the right-hand side. He should have put it away. Didn't catch it as nicely as you'd expect him to, but either way, it didn't matter because Spain was always going to win this one. It just so happened that it was Oyarzabal who got the goal instead of Yamal, but Spain started cooking. Pickford did what he could. Honestly, he had some big saves. He had some massive saves in the second half, but I think the rest of the English side just got very tired at the end.
No disrespect to Oyarzabal, but the narrative, the contrast of narratives between Oyarzabal scoring the game winner and Yamal scoring it. Oh my God, dude! When he had that shot, it just all went through my mind, like the things people would say, the way we would have to react, because we're talking about a 17-year-old scoring a game winner in a Euros final. I'm kind of disappointed he missed, low-key. Kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
because
same.
He shot it a little too centrally when he could just hit it on the sides and probably score. But regardless, Spain goes up 2-1. And the game didn't end like that, bro. It didn't end with, England just kind of flaming out, because there was one golden opportunity. And chat, I need to know what you guys thought about this opportunity, because it was just a few minutes later, like around the 90th minute, where it was off of a corner kick. Ball comes in. I don't know who heads it. I don't. But it's an English player, gets his head on it, straight to Unai Simon, who's forced to make a save. Ball pops right out. Is it Gehi, I think, that gets on the end of it?
I think so, yeah.
Heads it back in. Goes past Unai Simon, and on the goal line, it's none other than defensive stalwart Dani Olmo, who saved Spain's hopes for a title in this game and to close it out in regulation. Saves them completely, making an incredible header save to hit the ball out, and England doesn't get a better opportunity at goal after that. That was the moment right there. That was the moment. The goal line clearance, incredible from Dani Olmo, and just a sign, I think, of the footballing gods saying, we want Spain to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just so glad Olmo got it. He had a huge chance in the first half that he kind of fluffed. But beyond that, Olmo's had a near perfect tournament. Yeah. So for him to be the guy to clear it off the line, I think it's just poetic justice, man. He has been immense, especially since he's gotten the start due to Pedri's injury. Dani Olmo, man, and the rest of this Spain team, my goodness, one of the best international runs I've ever seen. Euro 2024.
I agree. I agree. I think the Spanish team is one of the most likable teams too. They're so electric on the wings. The midfield, Rodri cooked this entire tournament. The backline was really formidable too, only allowing a total, I believe 4 goals this entire tournament. I think it was incredible. An incredible display from Spain. And also the fact that just not a lot of people picked them to win it. We didn't expect them to show up like this, man. If anything, we thought teams like England, teams like Germany, teams like France would show out on this level, but it's actually Spain who showed out from the very first game and continued it forward. Are they lifting the trophy yet?
They're
We're curious
about
to know. We're watching the stream right now.
They're giving out medals to Spain. We'll definitely stop when.
Let me know when they lift it. Let me know when they lift it.
The lift comes up, share it with everybody. But
let's talk big picture here now, with Spain winning the Euros and England going out. Let's talk about England real quick. What's the state on them? What's the take on them after losing yet another final? The Harry Kane curse truly does continue. Crazy, but once again, he falls short in a final. England makes it to a final with Southgate, but can't get past that last obstacle of winning and lifting a trophy. Truly disappointing, truly saddening from an English perspective, because the hope was regained, I think, after the performance that we saw in the semifinal against the Netherlands. It was regained because people have been harsh on this team this entire run, but they found themselves in a final once again. But it ends with a result like this, with them going out and falling short.
Yeah, I think for England, it's two sides, right? There's a positive side, and that's they made it to another final. Ever since 2018, England have shown up on the international stage as title contenders to any tournament that they get invited to. And this was no different. Even though they played some really sour football at the beginning, they still managed to make it all the way to the final. And it was 1-1 going into the 80th minute.
Yeah.
And I think that's the positive here for England is that no matter how poorly they play, the standard of the English player is better than 95% of other footballers out there right now, here in 2024. And I think that speaks volumes. You look at their depth, and it's ridiculous the amount of players that they have at their disposal. I think the negative is they just can't figure out how to translate that to an actual title win. Dude, it's been since 1966, and that's why I'm low-key a little bit hurt that they couldn't get this win again, given the opportunity, because they deserve it, you know. And it's easy to pick on England because you know they're so blessed by having the Premier League. I understand that, but at the end of the day, they've produced some insane talent, and they were the inferior team today. But overall, I just think they need to work on maybe just putting the right players in the right positions, man.
I agree.
Because I think ultimately what this showed is Watkins probably should have gotten more game time this tournament, right? He had a good appearance the last two games, sure, but he needs to be on the pitch. He needs to be seeing the pitch more. Same with Cole Palmer, the guy who got you back in the game today. He was coming on 70, 75th, 80th minute every time. He should have been starting by the quarterfinals. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement for this English side, which is crazy, because they made it to a final.
I do. I think so too, because I think they can reach the heights of Spain in terms of how they play, their dynamic together, their chemistry. It can be that good. I just think Southgate gets by right now on the results. He got the results needed and that were asked from him. And that's fair. That's fair. He got them to a final. You can't ask much more there, but I think there's another level that they can get to when it comes to having that same free-flowing type of flow that Spain has, because I don't think England really tapped into that, man. I think a lot of the moments that we saw that carried them throughout this tournament were individual moments of quality. That Jude Bellingham bicycle kick goal, that Cole Palmer goal today, I think it really just comes down to the players being that damn good. But I need to see them get to another level, because I do think they could contend for a World Cup if they are able to reach that. So I am going to put a little pressure on Southgate to bring that out of the players, man. I agree. Whether it comes to starting players earlier in the tournament or, I don't know, talking to the guys, figuring out roles and chemistry better, I think it's on Southgate to really figure out how to maximize the potential. But results-wise, he's done incredible, in my opinion, making it to a back-to-back Euros final and ultimately losing to a Spanish team that I think is on incredible form right now, man. Incredible form. Let's talk some awards here. We're not going to do daily awards because this is a different type of context that we're in, but I want to look at the whole tournament. Chat, let me know who ends up being the player of the tournament. Who is the player of the Euros? Which players stood out to you the most, had the best games in this entire tournament? Is it a guy like Lamine Yamal? Is it a guy like Nico Williams? Is it Rodri, for example, who actually is going to end up being my shout? I'm going to go with Rodri. I think Rodri was so incredibly consistent, putting up 9 to 10 out of 10 performances in this tournament. But I'm basically down for any offensive Spanish player because I think they were all incredible, dude. They were all incredible.
No, seriously. You could tell me Yamal, Williams, or Dani Olmo, and I see Olmo getting a lot of shouts in the chat. Olmo was insane. This is the best football I've ever seen him play. He scored some of the dirtiest goals of the tournament, and then to get that header clearance at the death of this match too, almost wants for me personally to see Olmo be the player of the tournament. I thought he was fantastic. But Williams in front of goal, Yamal with the crazy goal in the semifinals and getting the assist today, like just give it to any attacking span. Like, come on,
I
man.
agree. No, I agree. Chat seems to be picking Dani Olmo, Fabian Ruiz as well, getting some shouts, Yamal, Cucurella even. I mean, any Spanish player I think qualifies because Spain as a whole played so well. Let's look at a next type of question, which is goalkeeper of the tournament. And hear me out. Hear me out on this one. The greatest goalkeeper at the Euros, the man that put in the best performances given the amount of shots that were taken at him, was a man that was eliminated in the round of 16. Goalkeeper of the tournament for me is Marmardashvili.
He was so good.
I'm going Marmardashvili.
He was so good,
because Unai Simon really wasn't needed that much, dude.
He wasn't.
The defense was incredible.
The defense was way too good. Laporte and Le Normand, oh my God, dude. They didn't give England a chance in this match, realistically. And then you have a guy like Dani Carvajal, dude. Yeah, I like it. Low key, I'm going to straight up watch Valencia games because of Marmardashvili now. Straight up.
Oh, I agree, dude. I agree. Or I'm seeing shouts for Pickford. Pickford was good. Kept England in a lot of the games this tournament.
He did.
Kept them in a lot of games too. But I'm going to go Mamardashvili. Let's go with goal of the tournament. Goal of the Euros. What is the goal of the Euros? Because we have an insane catalog to pick from. Insane. If you remember the goals that we saw in the group stage, this was one of the most ridiculous, banger-packed tournaments we've ever seen, I think, in my opinion, with goals from outside the box, bicycle kicks. I'm actually going to end up going with that because for me, I just can't get over Bellingham saving England in the final minute with a beautiful, perfectly placed bicycle kick. I just can't.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a man of moments.
Yeah.
I'm a man of quality and technique. That goal had everything. And then you add on top of it the pressure of the moment with it being England and nearly getting knocked out to Slovakia. For me, the goal of the tournament has to be Bellingham's golazo. What's yours?
That goal was so shocking, bro. It was a stunning moment, man. Probably moment of the tournament. For me, goal of the tournament, I got to go Yamal's banger against in the semifinals.
That's a good one.
That goal was crazy. The trajectory that ball went on and then it crashing off of the post. The moment was so big to see a 16-year-old do it. Probably player of the tournament contention as well, man.
Right.
Like, for me, that is the goal of the tournament. What a crazy moment from a teenager.
You're right. No, that one was
crazy.
amazing too. That was also a big moment. I like this other shot for Arda Güler's goal against Georgia. That one was insane. Had the camera shaking. The context of that one after that being such a good game too. That was a really good goal too. So we have like 5, I think, genuine nominees for goal of the tournament. Mine's Jude Bellingham's, yours Jamal. I'll let the chat decide what is theirs.
Yeah.
Last question I have is, what was the game of the tournament? The game of the Euros, guys. What was the best game that we saw here at the Euros? Was it all the way back in the group stage with that Turkey-Georgia shootout? Was it this final? That was a great 2-1 bout. Was it the semifinal between Spain and France? Was it Germany-Spain? What ends up being the game of the tournament? Maybe we can let the chat decide first on this one because there's a lot of options here, bro. I'm seeing a lot of
Germany
Spain,
was
Germany.
A great game. Yeah, that was such a good game.
That one was great because it actually lived up to the hype, the expectations that people attached to it, and even more so being that with the fact that Spain ended up winning the tournament, it did come true. We said, and a lot of people also said, that Spain or Germany, whoever wins from that matchup, would go on to lift the title. And it became fact.
Yeah.
And so that game was so important in that sense. And with it relying on a game winner from Mikel Merino in the last minutes of extra time, that could definitely be the game of the tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm with you, man. That game was so insane, and Germany had so much energy and momentum going into that match. Like, Spain getting the outright win in extra time, also just being the better team overall. Yeah. It was such a big statement. And we said it going into that quarterfinal, whoever win that game would probably go on to win the tournament. Spain fulfilled that fully. They were so good this whole tournament. Yeah, but just in general, man, this has been one of my favorite international tournaments ever, actually. Like, if I had to put a quick list, I'd say 2014 World Cup, 2010 World Cup, and then I think I'm actually going to go 2024 Euros as number 3, maybe number 4 if I still need to think a little bit more. But this is easily top 5 international tournaments for me. And I know a lot of people are saying that this was like a really boring Euros, or I've seen a lot of that, or that it's just like too tactical. But I just think that's the type of football that we're in now, man. It's really tactical. But for me, I love it, because we're in a time where the best teams in Europe and the lowest teams, I think the margin is the tightest it's ever been. I mean, we saw Georgia ball out at this tournament, and there's so many other mid-tier teams that had Hungary. They got their moment in this tournament. They got 3 points, and they didn't even get into the round of 16. Yeah. Ukraine finished with 4 points. They managed to beat and get an actual win and tie. They finished last in their group. There's so many small teams that really punched above their weight. Austria topped their group with Netherlands and France. You just go to every single group and you just see story after story after story. There's so many beautiful goals in this tournament, and I just think this is one of my favorite tournaments that I've ever watched.
I enjoyed it. No, I enjoyed it. I think the group stage was one of the most entertaining group stages specifically that I've seen in a major tournament. The group stage for the Euros this time was ridiculous, man. Basically every group had some drama going into it. Even the groups that I thought weren't going to be entertaining, like that Belgium group, for example, ends with Belgium damn near getting eliminated in the by the second game, dude. It was crazy. Like they survived that group. Romania showing out. I think where people get a little disappointed maybe in the knockout stage games, we didn't see that many big back and forth.
True.
But I don't mind it. I thought the games were really tight, and I thought the moments, if you took a highlight reel of the best moments from this tournament, I think it was incredible. So I think it's up there with one of my more favorite tournaments. I got to think about it more in detail about where do I actually rank specific tournaments, but I think this is pretty much this is a good tournament. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was a really nice palate cleanser too, just because the World Cup was weird, given that it was in the winter, and I just hadn't felt like a really nice summer tournament in a long time. So Euros low key brought back that nostalgia for me.
That's true.
Being able to just enjoy the summer with footy going on all day, every day.
The atmosphere was amazing. That's the thing. You can't complain. The atmospheres were crazy and the fields were perfect. I will commend that from Germany. They were incredible as a host nation. Dude. Like 10 out of 10, honestly. They did incredible, man. Incredible. Guys, let's talk about another factor that I quickly want to touch on, which is Reynoso Mountain and Ballon d'Or rankings post this tournament. Now that we know who the winner is, whose stock improves in the Ballon d'Or race after this game. I think guys like Rodri, Yamal, Nico Williams, perhaps Dani Carvajal winning the Euros and the Champions League. Oh my God! Maybe he gets a little bit of that Jorginho effect of winning a Champions League and then winning the Euros and then just getting a boost in the rankings. I think guys like even from England, like Bellingham, guys like who else would I throw in from England? There's another great player that I'm missing right now. Oh, I'm going blank.
For England?
Yeah, for England.
Foden, Saka.
Yes. I think their stock improves because they made it to a final. But for Spain, even Nacho winning a trophy here, also with the national team and with the Champions League, has been incredible. But for me, I think the main ones, Rodri, because he was already like in the 5th place for me, in my opinion, going into this tournament. And now, I mean, after the tournament that we just saw, he's got to be up there as well. People are saying Vinny, but I'm a little disappointed with what we saw in the Copa America, if I'm being honest.
Oh, bro. Yeah, it's super disappointing for that perspective. But I do want to just have a little peace and moment for Dani Carvajal, man, because, dude, this is another title. This is another one for him.
Crazy.
It's crazy. I think he's probably the most decorated fullback in history at this point. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now after this win. Dani Carvajal is the best right back ever.
You're going ever.
Ever. I don't think there's ever been a better one who has been more balanced and as winning as Dani Carvajal. He's unbeatable defensively, and when he goes forward, he always finds a man. He's so good off the crosses. He's so smart, though. He knows every single facet of the game, and in pretty much every department, he executes it to near perfection. The trophies speak for themselves. He's been winning for 10 straight years.
Dani Carvajal versus Dani Alves.
I'm going Carvajal.
Yeah?
And, well, Alves also... I don't know if we could talk about him anymore.
Chat's saying Dani
I don't think we can talk Alves anymore.
Apparently Alves has more titles, so that's interesting. But I don't know, man. I prefer Carvajal personally, and Cafu. I'm seeing shots for Cafu. Marcelo was incredible. I'll go Marcelo as well. Marcelo was incredible. I don't know. I got to think about that. Kyle Walker, I'm not going to go Kyle Walker on this one. I'm not. Philip Lahm, I'm not going to go Philip Lahm on this one. Carvajal, to be honest, or Marcelo, says the chat. Dani Alves is in prison FC. I mean, yeah.
That's the problem. That's the problem
here. Yeah.
That's why I just can't.
Legacy's, yeah. God damn. Oh, let's look at super chats. Let's see what the Give and Go folks are saying. Please, producer Rug, give me some super chats here to see what you guys are saying. What's your reaction to this tournament? Adam Da 2024, here we go, says congrats on 100K, but the Spain second goal was offside. Are you going to hear out any shouts for that in this response?
I get it, because I thought it was offside just on using the eye glance, right? But if you look at the line, it's the bent knee. The bent knee keeps him onside, so I'm cool with it at the end of the day.
I think it was onside. Yeah. I think it was onside. And that's it. I don't really see any drama there regarding that call because we got the radar, we got the image, and it showed that it was onside. So I'm sorry. I know it's harsh. It was really close, but that's football, man.
Come on, man. Watch out for it. Come on, man. There's some English fans out there. Come on.
I hate to say it. Mucho FIFA says Lamine Yamal player of the tournament. I'm down for that because I think he really was
Me too.
such a difference maker and actually living up to I don't know what, like, did he even have any expectations? He's so young, but just actually taking on that responsibility. Yeah. Spain said, you know what? We're going to give you the position of a starting winger for the national team. And let's see if you can actually do something with that. At 16 years old, and he ends it as a 17-year-old man with a trophy. What a fucking response.
And what, 4 assists in this tournament? I think he's leading the charts, honestly. It's absolutely ridiculous. I said this after the semifinal. This is the best teenager I've ever seen play the game, like ever. I can't believe he just turned 17.
I can't believe it, man. I can't believe I'm excited for what 17 holds for him, because now he's going to have the keys to Barcelona's offense fully. He'll be starting every game, and also with the Spanish team during international breaks. He's going to be a busy boy. He is going to be a busy boy this upcoming year. Brand deals as well. Let's see. How he responds to all that pressure and all the media limelight. We have another super chat from Un Burrito de Asada saying, no matter the winner, game was top tier. Up next, El Circo de Copa America. Much love to the Give and Go. Dude, I would say we probably feel the same, man. Yeah. I'm hyped.
I'm so hyped for tonight's game, man. And so hyped Spain won. So hyped England got a goal. Like, it's been a beautiful day so far, guys.
Beautiful day so far. And folks, don't forget, we're celebrating
tonight.
We got our own plaque. We got our plaque. We got a trophy today, too. Let's go. W's in the chat. Back to the super chats real quick. Because I do have a question I'm going to ask you guys at the end of this that I want to know from you guys. Captain Crunch Guy says Harry Kane curse is more worse than Ramsey curse. Yeah. What's Ramsey curse?
I don't know.
Is that Game of Thrones reference? Ramsey?
But let's actually talk about the curse, man, because holy shit. And given that Kane, I think age is heavily hitting him hard now.
Yeah.
He's got to either go to Madrid next season or the curse will live on forever.
He'll get one with Bayern.
You'd like to think
they got Olise, bro.
Oh, that's actually huge, bro. That's actually
Is it that
huge.
big? I don't know. I was trying
Olise's a baller. Bro.
I don't know if he's going to change. But look, it's Bayern. They won't allow themselves to go 2 years without a trophy. They won't allow that. He'll get one, but it'll be like a consolation type of trophy. And I wonder how much that matters to him. Like, if he wins the DFB Pokal, will he be like, I finally broke the curse? Or does he need a a big trophy? I think that's what he needs, man. And low key, I agree. I don't think he'll get it. He's not going to get it, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
And he's had so many opportunities. And the ones with England, especially at the Euros, I think is what's going to keep him awake at night for the rest of his life.
A famous person dies every time Ramsey scores?
Ramsey from Arsenal.
Interesting.
Aaron Ramsey?
Aaron Ramsey's curse, I think, is that when he scores a goal, a popular person dies.
Every time Ramsey scores.
That's crazy.
I would need to see the list of celebrities.
What are the guys?
Are they celebrities? Are these D-tier celebrities? What are we talking about?
I'll settle for B. I'll do B-tier celebrities. Guys, let us know who are the people that have passed away. Sadly, my condolences. That have passed away when Aaron Ramsey scores a goal. That's crazy, bro. How am I just now finding out about this? We've been doing this for years now. How am I just now finding out about this? Let me know who has passed away in the chat because of Aaron Ramsey's curse. XXX Tentacion died after Aaron Ramsey's goal? Michael Jackson?
Okay.
Is that... No way.
Holy shit. I mean, okay. Well, those are two decent.
X is a big one.
I'd say those are two decent. Not decent. Those are actual celebrities. All right.
Stephen Hawking?
Stephen Hawking died too? Shit.
Bro, what?
Oh my God. All right.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
We got to look that up. That's crazy. That's 3 big names right there, if that's actually true. 3 big names. Edrin Navas says, Lamine and Nico at Barca going to hit like crack. I need to see Barca pull it off. I do, because personally, I actually want this to happen. I want to see Nico and Lamine Yamal dominate the wings for Barcelona and Spain for the next 10 years. Imagine what that would do to their chemistry, to already what we saw today, them helping out each other in the first goal today with Lamine Yamal assisting that first goal. Bro, I need to see it at Barca because this might be one of the more positive things that they have going for them is the potential of acquiring Nico Williams after this tournament.
Yeah, and I think Williams is ready for Barcelona, a big team like that, Champions League ready. He could easily be inserted to the starting 11 right now, and he would have a huge impact. So his career is begging for a move like this low-key. But I will say for Athletic, I love the way the sporting director is handling it. He's like, look, we'd love to keep Nico. We signed him on a new contract last year. We signed signed Unai Simon on a new contract, Vivian on a new contract. So he's like, Athletic, we're trying to make it a big club.
Damn.
So he's like, we're going to keep Nico as long as we can. So I love that Athletic's trying to hold on to him because, I mean, it's your product, you know? You gotta handle him well.
So you think it's going to take a big money offer?
It's going to take a big
And I wonder if Barca has that. I wonder if Barca
That's the thing I don't know.
But the thing is, if Barca doesn't, I think someone else does.
Yeah.
And so even if it's not Barca, I just don't see Nico donning that Athletic Bilbao jersey next year because the money, man, money would be insane for Athletic Bilbao, man. Like, they could do so much with that and taking advantage of the moment that he's in right now. So I'm sorry, bro, but I think Nico's leaving Athletic.
Yeah.
I do. But I agree. It'd be dope.
It's tough.
It'd be amazing if he was able to stay after they just won the Copa del Rey. Like,
exactly.
They could build on that.
Trying to get into European football too. So having a guy like Nico is everything. If you're
Everything,
Athletic,
man.
it's everything.
Alejandro Tiburcio says Saka was England's best player and needs to be prioritized to win. Left-hand side is toothless. Foden went ghost. Bellingham went ghost. Sack Southgate.
Yeah, that's kind of the point I was making earlier is that I think more so the negative of England is Southgate just didn't make enough changes. Foden, I thought, was pretty bad this whole tournament. Palmer should have started in his place 2-3 games ago. So, yeah, I agree with that. I thought Bellingham I thought he worked hard today. I'm not going to say he went ghost. He tried. He just wasn't his usual silky self, but he hasn't really been this whole month.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed in Foden. For me, it's Foden. I love Foden. I really do. I think he's one of the best, most technical players that we've seen in a long, long time. One of the best English players of all time. But after this performance, man, like, I don't know. I'm disappointed. Something didn't line up for him. Something didn't line up for him this month.
Man.
His touches were off. His creativity just wasn't there. He just didn't satisfy the role that was given to him. And I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I assume he'll just go back, rest. Maybe he just needs a long rest. He needs to vacation. He needs to be back with his family. I don't know what it is, but I think this performance is really disappointing from Phil Foden specifically because given how poor he was, England still made it to the final. And I just can't help but wonder, what would Phil Foden or what would England have looked like if Phil Foden played at the level that Dani Olmo played this tournament?
Right.
You know, that's a difference maker.
Yes, and it reminds me of just the Reynoso Mountain endeavor as well. If Foden goes off in this tournament, he's the Ballon d'Or winner of this year. It's that simple. So he missed his opportunity to just bag it like that. And he ultimately didn't want it. And that's why I'm really frustrated with it because he was so perfect in the club season. And then he went absolutely ghost in this month of June. It's tough. And it's those shouts of like, is the Pep system at fault here? And now I'm going to be looking at that. I'm going to be looking at, attacking players from Manchester City. Do they do well in other systems? I don't know. But for Foden, it's just shocking. Yeah,
it's shocking, man. It's so shocking. He had a golden opportunity. He just didn't want it. Just didn't want it. We got some other super chats from the Give and Go folks. I got Kev saying both teams deserve to be here. Hard to say MVP of the Euros because of injury and cards. Mm-hmm. That being said, how far do you guys see England's ceiling in the next World Cup? I love this question. Let's predict. Let's pick the ceiling here. The ceiling, the best that they could achieve right now that I'm projecting, let me think about this real quick. The ceiling, so the most that they can do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still say World Cup champions.
Same.
That's their ceiling.
That's it, man. They're title contenders, and not like on some dark horse shit. I'm talking like they could go to the final. They could lift the trophy in 2 years. You unlock all of this English talent that's coming up, and you put it alongside veteran players. Then I think that's a title-winning recipe right there. England's not going anywhere, folks.
No, they're not. I want to see them reach that ceiling. That's my only thing. I feel like they've kind of thumped on the ceiling a couple of times, but they never really stayed up there. And I need to see what they look like at their best, maximum potential. Their max version, though, I do think are World Cup winners. It's in it for them, but I think teams like Spain right now are just looking so much better. Oh, yeah. Luis Torres says, Lamine Yamal top 5 for sure for the Ballon d'Or. I can't agree with that. I can't. I'm sorry. I understand he had an amazing Euros, but you look at this past season he had with Barcelona, who got kicked out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League, didn't win the title as well domestically, and lost also the Copa del Rey. I don't think you can give it to Lamine Yamal after the performance he had at club level this past season. Then also he only had 5 goals, 6 assists, something like that. He was coming off the bench early on in the season too. I think this upcoming year If he has an incredible year, he will be up there for sure. When I say Lamine Yamal is a Ballon d'Or nominee, I mean like he's like in the final 30 list, like a top 25 type player.
Which is still insane,
Which
by
is
the way.
insane, bro. It's insane for his age, but I don't think he's top 5. I don't think he's top 5 right now. Ballon d'Or wise, because you need to put in a full resume of performances, which I think he will this upcoming year.
Yeah. And Spearmint saying Yamal needs to go be a kid now. It's summer break for him, he needs to go enjoy, go outside. But it's crazy, man, because I agree. I think if you just shift your perspective and you say the Euros is the beginning of the year for Yamal, then holy shit, he has started his season the best way possible.
Yes. No, with that perspective, for sure he could be top 5 with that perspective. But I think the club season matters.
I agree.
Don says 3 things. 1 million subs, win. Thoughts on Nico Williams to Barca in 2010 Spain or 2014 Spain? And congrats, I think he means 2024 Spain. And congrats on 100K. First off, thank you, bro. Thank you so much for the congratulations on 100K. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan.
1 million? Bro, I'll be honest. I don't know if we'll ever reach 1 million.
I don't even want to think about that, I'm going to be honest.
I don't think I want that. I'm be honest, bro. 1 million is crazy. 1 million is crazy.
1 million's too much.
I'd say I'd give it 30 years. 30 years, man. That's where I'm at right now for 1 million. 2010 Spain or 2024 Spain? Let's make the poll. Let's Chat.
Do that.
Let's
I'm so curious, man.
Yeah, I'm so curious where you guys stand on this. 2010 Spain or 2024 Spain? Let me set this up for you guys. 2010 Spain, I think, represents the greatest era in Spanish football. Tiki-taka, Xavi, Busquets, Iniesta, David Villa, Piqué, Sergio Ramos. Insane, stacked lineup and names. Legendary, iconic players. Prime Casillas as well.
Capdevila. Just want to give a quick shout out to him. You got to give a quick shout out to him. He was a good player.
A team who went on to win the 2008 Euros, 2012 Euros, and then won the World Cup in 2010 against the Netherlands in extra time. Iniesta golazo. Versus a 2024 Spanish team who many did not pick to win this tournament, going on an incredible 7-game run, scoring 14, 15 goals in the Euros, and going on to defeat this English side to lift it with a 2-1 result. What's worth noting, though, is the way that this team played in this tournament. They barely struggled, bro. Truly. They were truly, honestly, if ever, I don't even know if they were ever truly against the wall, dude. They dominated almost every single game, and even when teams tied it up, like Germany and England tied the matches up, this Spanish team looked confident, and they always responded with a game-winning goal. Whereas for 2010, 2008, 2012 Spain, there were moments. I think people will remember the Spain-Paraguay game, where Paraguay had a penalty, and I think they missed in the quarterfinals, where we had Euros performances that were a little shaky. We had Spain losing to Switzerland in the first game at the World Cup. Is there an argument here, after all this setup, is there an argument here for 2024 Spain being better than 2010 Spain?
Damn, dude. I mean, this could be like a dissertation. This is insane because you're right. That Spain-Germany semifinal in 2010, Germany got so unlucky. And if there was VAR nowadays, Spain probably don't win that match, which is crazy. But if you look at that 2010 Spain team, it's legends of the game. You could argue that the starting 11 of 2010, they defined the era that we play in today. And I think because of that, you can say 2010 Spain is better. Like, Iniesta is regarded as one of the greatest midfielders of our generation. So is Xavi, so is Busquets, so is Puyol at center back, and Valdez is the goalkeeper. They're all so good. David Villa was electric in front of goal. Pedro. But this team, I think, has less bigger names.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they play better football. I think they play better football. I just think they're better footballers, but I think it's an era thing. I think 2010 was like the mark of the modern generation, and we are now fully fledged in that modern generation.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to go 2010 Spain unless 2026 Spain wins the World Cup.
Yeah.
They need to add more to their resume. I think one good performance over 1 month isn't enough to be able to say that they're better than a World Cup winning squad. That's just me on my philosophy regarding football, no matter how hot the Spanish team is.
Yeah.
But I think the potential is there. the potential is there. If they win the 2026 World Cup, I think the argument can arise. I just think it's a little early right now because that Spanish team not only won the 2010 World Cup, but won 2 major trophies in a row with the Euros back to back. That to me is crazy. That to me is insane. So I agree with the chat. I'm going to go 2010 Spain, 84%, 2024 Spain at 15%. But let's see, man. Let's see now. Now I'm so invested in this Spanish narrative. Can they go on and win more trophies, or will this ultimately be looked at as a period where they got really, really hot and it just all worked out for them, but then ultimately fell short in other tournaments?
That's actually going to be so exciting to see over the next 2 years because, I mean, we said it right after the match. Dude, I don't know if there's a team out there that can beat Spain right now. Right now. I truly think they are the best football team in the world. But can they maintain it? I think that's the only question. If the answer is yes, then, bro, Spain's straight up title contenders. And, they'll probably be top 2, top 3 best teams going into 2026. What's crazy is that everyone on this team is in their prime or pretty young. So even the veterans of this team aren't that old. It's just Dani Carvajal, really. So this Spain team should be able to maintain their performances. And that's a beautiful thing if you're Spanish, man. That's beautiful.